Good evening, everyone. Hey, welcome to Rise Up from Trauma. I changed the name on this Monday evening. Joining me tonight is Robert. If you remember, he was on just a few weeks ago, telling his story, kind of the things that he's doing in the world of helping trauma survivors. And so tonight we have a little bit of a unique episode. Um, so tonight we're going to kind of talk about some updates, some things that are going on, some exciting news, some things that are happening that we are going to start bringing forth every month for our audience, for trauma survivors. Even if you're not a trauma survivor, you can join in because the things that we have to offer between now leading up to January, you guys are going to be super stoked. So. I'm going to pass it on over to Robert because he's got a few things that he wants to share and some things and get us in on some exciting things and then I will continue going with some updates and into a mini workshop that I'm going to be conducting and then we will just continue there on out. So welcome, Robert. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for your upbeat introduction. Let me ask you something. Is that artwork that's behind you, is that from your neurographics work that you're doing?
Actually, no. The artwork right here is actually from a Vietnam vet. He uses abstract painting to help him with his PTSD, with his ruminating mind.
That's phenomenal. I
Yep.
understand you're doing something yourself in neurographics art and stuff like that. I wish that my plate was a little less full so I could try to dabble a little bit in that. Although the only thing I'm good about doing is drawing circles and running around in circles. So here we are. By the way, if some of you know me a lot, some of you know me a little, and maybe there's some of you that wish you didn't know me. But here it is. I'm on the road to recovery, and
Oh, goodness.
Gina has been taking the helm of trying to direct a Rise Up from Trauma conference/summit. And we had a date set up, but we realized that we needed to step back and redouble our efforts to get a different kind of a message out to the public. You see what's going on when people like us are trying to do a conference or a summit. There's a lot of big names out there, and there's a lot of really glossy and how could I say fancy, for lack of a better word, kind of public awareness campaigns that people have, and there's big names that have been established with a lot of letters after their names and stuff like that. The people that are presenting in this conference/summit are people that are trauma survivors and have a level of authenticity and transparency that they bring to their presentations. And I've shared some of my story, and I've listened to stories and experiences of a lot of the people that are going to be involved in the conference, and I'm very excited. So it's amazing, some of the things that we're talking about is self-care, and who doesn't need self-care. I know that if in my recovery, if I didn't find some level of self-care and self-compassion, I wouldn't have made it past my addiction, and certainly not past my suicidality, and also my suicide attempt. So then there's other things that I see on this list, Gina, and it's phenomenal. Transforming the mind, dealing with emotions, feelings, and mood. Here's a good one: hormones and mental health. They say men aren't affected by hormones. I'd have to say, well, I'm kind of opposite of
Yep.
that theory, because I believe that there's a lot of stuff jumping around in my body, and that
Absolutely.
yeah, and that makes me think of the fact that you know, it's not just about getting an education and having an experience. It's about taking some of the information that we present, and as we share our life expertise, which we do have from the experiences that we had, and our lived experiences, as we share them, people can incorporate these things and start to create their own transformations, one little piece at a time. And it doesn't mean that the relationship that you have with the people that are presenting at the conference it doesn't end there. There's an open and growing and ever expanding circle of love and compassion, and there's a lot of healing going on. So that's some of the stuff that we're offering. And then there's things about how does your family history affect you. A lot of times we think that we're to blame for all of this stuff and all the negativity we pull in. We think it's, so I'm this or I'm that, or there's something wrong with me, or I'm broken, or I'm bad. But a lot of this is intergenerational. It comes up in your DNA, and we talk about how you can handle stuff like that. I myself am a big fan of mindful meditation, and I'm going to be doing a little ditty on that for whatever opportunity is there for me to express myself through the trauma-informed lens of mindfulness and meditation, which is a little bit different than just doing mindful practice or meditation practice without considering that, because the body does become activated, and there are certain components to the way we need to treat the mind, because the way it affects everything, and also how we calm the body when it gets triggered or activated. We try to stay away from the word triggered, but nonetheless, then there's heart. Somebody's going to be doing something on heart-to-heart practice, which is practicing a connection for conflict resolution. There's another one, empowering your inner narrative. Okay. And here's one that everybody, I think, needs, absolutely, is unleashing emotional freedom. In today's world, the way things are so tight, and we get wrapped up in circles and all of these things that are going on in the world, from the political to the economic to things that are happening right in our own family circle. That to be able to regulate our emotions and to take care of ourselves is really, really important. So, and then there's another one I see is very interesting. How are we affected on the cellular level when we're trying to deal with our trauma and the healing processes that we go through? So I'm excited. I think that we're in this new reorganization, and what Gina has led us down the path to create. I think it's a phenomenal experience, and I know that my life has been enriched by meeting Gina and the people that are in her circle. And I know that is definitely contributing to my healing and to my recovery. So I think that's enough from me. I just wanted to stop in and say hello. I knocked on the back door and she let me come in to say hi. So every once in a while, I think maybe I'm going to be floating in and out of here on Monday nights, just to say hello and remind you people that we're all in this together. And there's nothing but love here and opportunities for healing. So thank you so much for letting me do my little spiel here, Gina, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful evening.
You too. You're welcome to knock on the back door anytime you want to come join me.
All right.
You're more than welcome. So yes. So thank you for that. Yep.
Okay.
You have a good evening. Anytime you're more than welcome. Hop on. I'll send you the link. You can hop on and we'll do this again.
Okay. Take care. Be well. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.
You too, Robert.
All righty. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So we, as Robert was saying, I just want to kind of fill you guys in on a few things that are happening in Rise Up from Trauma. So I kind of went back to Rise Up from Trauma because that is the name of our conference, and so what we are trying to do, not only here but in what the conference is, again, have people rise up from trauma. And so, like Robert said, that we were up against so many big named people that have well-established names and things like that, and kind of the vision that God gave me, I'm trying to send it out. And so we decided to change the conference from October to January. So it'll be, mark your calendars. It's January 24th and 25th. We have 3 keynote speakers, 27 breakout sessions and workshop sessions. Your breakout sessions are going to be more of your educational sessions, where you'll actually learn more about a topic. which, one of them, well, there was a few of them that Robert kind of mentioned, but one of them that kind of stuck out was intergenerational trauma. Again, most people don't realize that the trauma is actually stuck in our DNA. So that's a good topic. And so that is a breakout. You will be educated as far as intergenerational trauma, releasing trauma on the cellular level. That is a workshop. That workshop will be about teaching you. That's a workshop. So it's a hands-on. So it'll be about teaching you some movements and some other practices that'll actually help start getting the trauma that becomes trapped. Again, the body keeps the score. The trauma becomes trapped on the cellular level, which is the physiological level, which is your body. And so it gets trapped in the cells and the means of trapped emotions. So whether you have emotional dysregulation, maybe severe mood swings, there's so many other things, excessive nervousness, there's so many things that go along with it. And so we just stay in this ruminating cycle until we're able to start diminishing all of that trapped trauma that actually starts living within the body and things like that. So what we're working on with this conference is not only the psychological, which is the mind, the brain, but it'll be both. It'll be psychological and physiological. So both of them. And those are two components that are needed when you're healing from a traumatic experience, because when the body keeps the score, as we've talked about on previous shows, the body keeps the score, meaning that when it stays in your cells and it stays in your body, it's the body sometimes that ruminates or gets the mind ruminating because your body gets anxious. Just say your body gets this excessive nervousness, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Then your mind starts ruminating, and then it's like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And before you know it, you got yourself in a full-blown panic attack, anxiety attack, all because of you're activated in your body and stuff like that. So the things that you'll learn from there will be life-changing. And one of the things about the conference that is absolutely amazing is this is the only conference that has ever been offered that every single speaker speaking is a trauma survivor. And so that is huge. That's huge. That just goes to show you that we have learned to take pain, turn it into purpose, to take our journeys and to do something professional. There's doctors, there's certified coaches, practitioners, specialists. We have a broad range of so many different people that are here to help us get this conference up and going. And it's going to be a phenomenal time. So again, the date is January 24th and 25th of 2025. And so we are super, super excited. I am going to type. I actually have been sitting here for, I'll make sure that that's right. I've actually been sitting here since about 8:45 this morning. So, I did have some clients and things like that too, but I have been revamping the website. So the website it's new. This website is brand new. I literally just hit go live probably about 45 minutes ago. It's not perfected yet, but it'll at least give you the information. You can go on there. You can save it, do whatever you need to do. But that is the website that you'll be able to go to and kind of look around and see what we have. Our speakers, you'll be able to look at the speakers, see what they're offering. The agenda's there. The prices are there. If you're willing to sign up, let me know, because as always, my subscribers get my subscribers, my watchers, you get an additional discount. So if you are interested, you can send me an email, and I will put my email up here. It's going to be a little bit different, and that way there you can. It should load there. It's in the chat. You can send me an email, and I will be more than happy to send you a discount code for the conference. And that's just my thank you for each and every one of you, being here every week and supporting us, supporting me, supporting us, just helping us get the channel up and going, for liking, subscribing, maybe sharing. That's just our way of saying thank you for each and every one of you. And so again, that it's for men and women, trauma survivors, non-trauma survivors, professionals, whatever. We would love to have you join us. It is globally, which means it's, worldwide. The comfort of your home, so you don't even have to leave. Phone, tablet, computer, laptop, whatever you'd like to use, whatever device. We will be streaming live from like a webinar platform, and you'll be able to pick, I believe it's 5 sessions on Friday, plus there'll be a keynote Saturday. I believe there's 5 sessions and 2 keynotes. So you'll have 10 sessions that you'll be able to join, plus 3 keynote speakers. And so again, it's going to just be a phenomenal 2 days. I think you guys are just going to it's going to blow it out of the water. I think you guys are just going to love what we have in store for each and every one of you. And so another thing on my agenda is what we have talked about is that we do have 13 speakers. And one of the things that we wanted to do leading up to the conference that Robert and I kind of talked about it in the very beginning is that we are interested in doing mini workshops. And what these mini workshops are, and I don't know which speakers are going to be offering what, but what these mini workshops are going to be is kind of an introduction to what they will be doing at the conference. So maybe somebody will do like like Robert, he does mindful meditation. Maybe he'll get with you for 20, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, 15 minutes, and maybe teach you a technique just to kind of open up the doorway so you understand what's going on, what we plan on doing. And so we do have 13. If all 13 participate, that is absolutely amazing. If they don't, that's amazing too, because we are all in this together. And some people, maybe there's just, they want to save theirs. So when you come, they want it to be a secret, and that's perfectly fine too. They just want to kind of get you in the door and teach you. And I understand that as well. And so I will be offering one workshop coming up in October. My email is actually in the chat. I'll put it up here. There is my email, gina@healingcanvases.com. This is where I combine my coaching and my neurographic art specialist that I'm training for. This is where I'm combining them both together. What we have found is that non-clinical art therapy, this is really, really important because it helps on the cellular level. So what this does is it works at the subconscious, the unconscious, and the conscious level. So when you are drawing your release and you're doing different things within sessions, this is the way to actually start depleting the trauma in your cells. So it's an absolute amazing way to either overcome trauma, maybe overcome you're seeking relief from a ruminating mind. You want to get closer to God. You want a better relationship with the Lord. You have a goal that you would like to try to reach. Anything that you would like to do. We can have sessions and things like that, even though it's more geared towards trauma recovery and healing, but there are things that we can do. So anyway, what I would like to do is on October 8th at 7 p.m. If you are interested, there's my email, send me an email. And we are going to do about an hour, maybe an hour and a half workshop. There is a small cost, not very much. And I will let you know, it's probably only be like $5, not very much. There's not very many supplies that you need. But it's a good way for those that are looking to see what things are going to be offered, not only at the conference, but going forward from each and every one of us. And this is just a good way to do something in addition to maybe maybe if you have a therapist already and you're looking for what's called the side door modality, because as we've talked before, whether it's therapy, you're in therapy, coaching, working with a social worker, counselor, whatever, there always has to be what's called the side door modality, especially those that have PTSD and CPTSD, because it's the body that fuels the mind. And so in all of those, they work on the mind, not the body. And so that's the difference with coaching, is we work on the body and the mind. So the psychological and the physiological together. Those are two tough words. Together, so we understand what's going on. So when your body's activated and your mind's activated, we help you uncover what exactly is going on. So through the drawing, through the neurographic art, why we draw, you're literally taking that energy that you feel, that dysregulation energy, and you're actually drawing it out of your system. So it is really a cool way to release that. And so what you're doing is you're releasing it out of your subconscious. And as you look at the picture, you can actually see what your subconscious thinks of whatever it is that you have going on. So just say, for instance, you have trust issues. And so if you're drawing something and you look at it, that's what your subconscious perceives as trust. And so it's just really neat because the mind looks at shapes and things like that. So that's how it communicates, and that's how it builds new neural pathways, is through drawing the neurons, and then kind of building onto the neurons, and then literally what we do is, like I said in the beginning, and then when you draw your thoughts as the neurons, which you're actually making more resources available in the outer world, per se, like coming in, like, so you're looking to your neighbors, family, everybody else, and then it's imprinted at the end. And when it's imprinted at the end, that's when all the changes start happening within your conscious level. So it actually really is a neat process that I've been using myself. I've noticed when I do it, I sleep a lot better. I was having dreams surrounding like neurons. I could literally see, I've shared this before, but I could see my neurons in my brain literally repairing itself. So it's actually a really neat. So again, that's October 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, you can email me at gina@healingcanvases.com. It'll be a live session just with us, whoever's in the group, nobody else. It'll just be whoever's in the group. And it'll be over Zoom. So once you send me a message and I get some information from you, and then it'll just be kind of a guided session. So I guide you through it, ask questions. You're welcome to answer. You don't have to answer, but it's actually a really neat process. If you do answer, what it does is it helps kind of inspire and empower the other guests that are taking the workshop with us. Kind of helps them to say, hey, you know what, if they've responded, I can speak up and respond too. So it makes it really interesting. It's not recorded. It's just us all in a room together, a lot of safety, a lot of confidentiality. So there's nothing else. Nobody in the outside world will see us, hear us, nothing like that. So I know that's really important for a lot of trauma survivors, a lot of people that are going through trust issues and healing. So, I kind of set the stage and bring in a lot of the safety and things like that. Does anybody have any questions or anything with the neurographic art, the conference? Anybody? So I'm assuming as we get going, our goal is, again, every week, next week I have somebody different, but then the week after I'll probably see about having maybe some conference people on here, some of the speakers, and kind of see, what they're up to, what are they doing, kind of share some of that stuff if they're willing to offer a workshop, whatever they're doing, and kind of let you know how you can get in touch with them and things. And so these are the things that we'll be doing, maybe once a month, twice a month, to kind of see what we're doing leading up to. But I do know in October, mine will be October 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Just send me an email at gina@healingcanvases.com. And you can also go to healingcanvases.com and you can check out my website there. That's a brand new website too, because now I've combined transformative healing and healing canvases into one, although I'm not going to change my YouTube. That'd just be too much. I'm just going to leave it the same because everything as a whole is transformative. It's transformative healing, but it literally is. It's healing the mind, body, and soul. Whether we do coaching or we do the non-clinical art, it's literally all healing in one aspect or another. No questions. That's all right. I know. I get on here and then I was like, "Ooh, what else can we talk about?" But I don't want to keep you. I don't want to keep you guys too long and just kind of ramble on and things like that too. But I do want to. I did want to give you those changes as far as the conference change, the things that are going on, what's coming up, and things like that too. And so this is actually, you know what, this just came to my mind. So the neuro art is actually another form of like recreational therapy is pretty much what it is. It's a side door modality similar to fishing, kayak, bass fishing, all of that type of thing. When you get out in your kayak, when you get out in nature, I love nature. Nature's huge for me. Now that the, fall is here, I can still get out, but in the wintertime, I try to get out, but who wants to get out in the cold, even though I have a heated jacket, but I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's totally different. But getting out and hiking, getting out and walking, just being in nature around trees, the grass, whatever you can, fishing, anything that you can do to get out, that can take your mind off things, because a lot of people don't realize, but fishing is actually, sort of considered, I would say, a trauma-informed movement. And when you do the trauma-informed movement, because you do have to cast out your rod, and then you got to kind of like reel it in, and whatever you depending on what kind of bait or the lure. I can't never say that word, so you just have to just laugh at me. But whatever one of those that you're using, it's always a 3-part movement. And you're welcome, Scott. So it's always a 3-part movement. So when you throw it, and then you got to kind of reel it in, or you're jerking it a little bit so you can catch a fish. So you are moving both of your hands and you're concentrating. And so what you're doing is the mind always, so that when the prefrontal cortex becomes damaged from trauma and things like that too, and underdeveloped from the developmental trauma, when you do that, it actually starts building new neural pathways, which is a good thing. Because your brain's doing something that it's not always used to doing. So it's taking a different path and a different road. And so, if I can encourage you to get out and do that, if I can encourage you to brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand, and then you can come back next week and tell me how hard that was. Open your house with your non-dominant hand. And so things like that, what it starts doing is waking up the brain, and things like that too. So, so those are all wonderful things that you can do to get your brain, your prefrontal cortex start re-engaging again. Because what ends up happening is that your brain stays in trauma mode, like trauma brain. And so what we're doing is we're trying to repair it to get it back to adult brain. That's where you have all of your logical thinking, executive functioning, and a lot of those other things there. So yeah, anybody have any questions, concerns, anything? Otherwise, like I said, I don't want to keep you. I knew this was going to be a short one, so I didn't want to keep you guys and anything like that. So, but again, you know how to find me, Gina@healingcanvases.com. That is how you can get a hold of me if you want to take the class on October 8th. Riseupfromtrauma.org. That is the new website. Feel free to go there. That has all the conference information, how to buy tickets, how much of the tickets, all of that stuff, the agenda, everything, and things like that too. If there's no questions, I'm not going to keep you on this Monday evening. You can go enjoy the rest of it. And you know how to reach me if you need anything else. So thanks again for being here. Next week, we have the pleasure of having Tabitha on. She is absolutely amazing. You'll get a kick out of her. She is going to share more about mental health and what she does. And she works with both men and women. She travels around and trains people throughout the United States. Phenomenal woman. She's not only a psychologist, but she is a counselor. She holds I was just going to say, she holds many degrees, many titles. And I'm very honored to have her on next Monday. So she will be on next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And so just, be on the lookout for all that information coming within the next couple of days. And, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, so then you don't miss anything going on. So have a good night, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.